Welcome to This Day and Everything Cool for March 22nd. On this day in 1996, Capcom unleashed a new kind of terror. The first Resident Evil game was released on the PlayStation 1, thrusting players into the zombie-infected Raccoon City. The game was an instant hit, with players loving its chilling premise and story, not to mention gameplay that constantly put you on the edge and helped define the survival horror genre. The original game wasn't without its problems, though. Many players couldn't stand the locked-off camera angles, which the developers used as a trade-off to make the environments look more realistic, and on top of that, the voice acting in the English language version was laughably bad.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
Still, Resident Evil was a huge hit and spawned a series of sequels, spin-offs, film adaptations, and merchandise that continues to this day. Resident Evil wasn't the only big franchise to emerge on March 22nd. The original God of War was released on this day in 2005, hacking and slashing its way to the PlayStation 2. The developers at Sony Santa Monica wanted to create a game with fast-paced combat and tight, satisfying controls against the backdrop of cinematic environments and characters inspired by ancient Greek mythology. It was a smash hit, receiving critical acclaim and becoming one of the best-selling titles on the PS2. Sony followed it up with a sequel 2 years later, and it has since become one of their most godly franchises. You can't have awesome games without awesome hardware. On March 22nd, 1993, Intel began selling the first Pentium microprocessor chips. They offered 60 MHz, 100 plus MIPS, and a 64-bit data path, which was pretty impressive at the time, and the idea was to create a powerful processor that would also be affordable to the average consumer. The Pentium chips took off, becoming Intel's most popular and recognizable product line, and they helped make it possible for users to do more on their computers, which was very important in the early years of the World Wide Web.